And we are live in 3, 2, 1, 0. I do believe we are live now. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Today in Quarantine, where we talk about what's happened today in quarantine. My name is Renae Cross, and I am your host. I'm super excited to be back. It is day 14 of this show. We're on episode 14. Can you believe it? I can't. Because that's just crazy. Episode 14. That means we've been in quarantine for 14 days. That means if everybody was doing their job, staying home, staying off the streets, we could be done with quarantine by now. But we know we live in a human world, and so it just doesn't happen. And so we're going to keep going with this. In fact, the governor of Nebraska just announced that he announced last night that all schools in Nebraska will be closed until May 31st. And here in Lincoln Public Schools, which is who I work for, we were supposed to end school on May 22nd. So that means that we will not be able to see our students in a classroom environment once again. It's something that we may have seen coming, a lot of teachers may have seen coming, but just because you see something coming doesn't mean that it is actually true, and that you want it to happen. And so a lot of us are feeling that today. We are missing our students, missing our interactions, and just being able to watch out for them, and teach. But we're still doing our job to make sure that students can get taught. And people all around the world, teachers all around the world are doing this. Parents all around the world are homeschooling their children to help them get the best education. So I just want to give a quick shout out to all those people who are working their tails off and just trying to figure out what they're doing in this time of COVID-19. We appreciate you. We appreciate your sacrifice. We also appreciate the sacrifices of many other people. This morning on National Public Radio, they were talking about how respiratory therapists aren't getting enough shout outs. And so if you're a respiratory therapist, thank you. If you know a respiratory therapist, thank them, because we can have all the ventilators in the world, but if we don't have enough respiratory therapists to run them, then nothing's happening. So thank you to all those people. Today, I just want to talk quickly about collaboration. So wherever you are, stop, collaborate, and listen. So we've been doing quite a lot of collaboration in Lincoln Public Schools this year, but especially much more in these past couple of weeks, where we've been learning to teach online. And I just want to give a quick shout out to some Facebook groups that I'm in that aren't necessarily Lincoln Public Schools, but they're just teachers that are collaborating together. They're sharing ideas. They're just helping other teachers to teach. And they do this whether or not there's a pandemic going on. So thank you to those teachers, because I've gotten some good ideas from them. For example, today I held my fourth meeting with some kids, and it was a different group of kids. So it was my fourth school. And I was finally able to kind of play some music with them on Zoom. And I know you're thinking, what? How did you do that? Well, I just kind of helped them practice a little bit. I grabbed my trumpet, I played something and had them play it back, except I had them all on mute. So they could only hear me, and I couldn't hear any of them. But as I trusted them and I said, hey, how did you feel on that? Thumbs up, thumbs sideways, thumbs down. And they really responded well to that. Just kind of this repeat after me back and forth exercise that we did on Zoom. And it was actually kind of cool. I wasn't expecting it to go as well as it did. And that is all thanks to a post that I saw in this Facebook group saying, hey, I tried this out with my kids. You can try this too. And if I hadn't seen that post, I don't know if I would have done that. So yeah, try and collaborate with as many people as you can, because you just never know. You never know what ideas are out there. If you have ideas, pass them along. I'm not a super creative person when it comes to coming up with ideas. I am very much more of a, hey, I've got this thing to do, and I will do it. And if you have an idea that I like, I will also do it. And I'm not so much of the coming up with the ideas person, but I can help you enact them. So if you have any ideas, go ahead and share on how you are using your resources to react to COVID-19. Today's episode will be kind of short because I don't have any guests. If you would like to be featured on Today in Quarantine, please let me know. I'd love to feature you on Today in Quarantine. But we're just gonna move to our weather segment here as I stare out at my brick wall, or my neighbor's brick wall. The weather here in Lincoln has drastically changed. Yesterday it was 77, 78 degrees. Today it's 38 degrees. What's up with that? Yeah, it's 38 degrees. It started to drizzle just a little bit just now. And I think we're going to be on a winter weather advisory for this evening. So, hey, Nebraska, get it together, man. It's too cold for this. So, I guess that's what we're up to these days. And yeah, if it snows, are we still going to stay inside? Can we go sledding in quarantine? Maybe not. I don't think the cold kills the virus. So, continue to stay inside. Do your job. Next up, we got some dad jokes. This time they are coming from Twitter, and the user at bad dad jokes. So thank you at bad dad jokes. Try saying that 5 times fast. That's rough. Yeah, I was gonna. Here's one. I've forgotten all my boomerang jokes, but I'm sure they'll come back to me. Oh boy. My friend David lost his ID, and now they just call him Dave. Get it? DAV. Okay, all right, that's a pretty bad one, but that's all right. Man, I was going to, and this one's kind of mine. I was gonna tell a joke about sodium on here, but nah. I think my mom will get that. My mom's a chemistry teacher, so there you go. Thank you for tuning in for another short episode. It's just kind of a check-in. Hey, speaking of check-ins, though, every night, the young adults at College View Church have a nightly check-in via Zoom, where we just kind of check up on each other. It's real short, usually less than 15 minutes, and you can check in with that. The Zoom ID number will be down below in the description, so that you can join us tonight or whatever night, except for Friday nights. We don't do it on Friday nights because we have something else going on. But every night we will have a nightly check-in. So join us for that. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Today in Quarantine. But that'll be tomorrow in quarantine. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great evening.